877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
The right kind of programming so that the dollars are spent well, so that it's accountable, so that we get the absolute most bang for that taxpayer buck.
The most bang for the taxpayer buck. I thought these programs were all paid for. What's he talking about? Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Welcome to my show and Phil's Gang. You know, it amazes me that a bubble that people don't realize, there's always bubbles. They're man-made. These economic bubbles, whether it's the housing bubble or .com bubble, no matter what it is, there's always bubbles because they're created on purpose. Why? Because the owners control the interest rates, and they'll create the bubbles to enrich themselves. All bubbles burst. There's no question about that. All bubbles burst. But unfortunately, people get into denial, euphoria. They think interest rates are never going to go up again, and therefore it would just continue running this market. We're already up 400% since 2013, 100% since 2020. I mean, 100%. Think about that. The market went up 100%. Who would ever think of that? Who would ever think of that? But it's happened. But it's a bubble. And bubbles come from increasing money supply. It doesn't come from, as they're trying to take parking space in our head, thinking that we sit on the longest stupid bench in the world, that this whole bubble, this whole inflation, I should say, is caused by the COVID-19. COVID-19 caused all of this. Gasoline to go up 48%, beef 22%. Just stuff we need every day between 12 and 22%. Oh, that was the pandemic that caused that. No, it wasn't. Pandemic can't cause that. Inflation is the problem. And inflation can only be caused by printing money. For what purpose? Spending. But they print the money and they put it in a bucket. It's called money supply. And then when demand comes and they pull a little bit out of the bucket, they replace it. And if you got control, if you don't have any control over that spending going wild, the bubble gets bigger and bigger, and then it will bust. They always do. You can't stop them from busting. And boy, this is going to be a big one. And I told my members this morning, I said, you know, the biggest opportunity, and I said this 6 months ago, you can ask them. I said we're going to make all our money, more money we ever made before in the past, is from our mining stocks, gold miners. Do you know that you can buy the best gold mining stock in the world? The best one in the world for $21 a share? Less than $21 a share, to be honest with you. Less than $21 a share. Let all these people go and go to Google and the rest of them and pay $1,500 and $2,000 a share. Well, they're nuts. The money will be made in gold miners. Why? Because of this inflation. Now let's think about this for a second. Who would think for a moment that China would build a bigger navy than ours? If you ever said that to anybody, they'd look at you like you're a nut. What? China's going to have a bigger navy than us? What are you, crazy? We're the most powerful country in the world. Well, I'm sorry to tell you they did. And they do. You'd say, well, that'd be like saying the yuan will replace the dollar as the world currency. And of course, you would hear. I mean, if you asked Granholm, our Secretary of Energy, or Harris, what would they say?
What is the Granholm plan to increase oil production in America?
Oh my God, that is hilarious.
Yes, you get the same response. That's hilarious. But guess what? We've got a problem because right now, China, not only do they build a navy larger than ours, having the biggest navy in the world, soon the yuan will replace the dollar as the world currency. They can laugh all they want, Harris and this other idiot. Gold, for years and years, has always been looked upon by many countries, especially India, as a symbol of power and valor and wealth and happiness and intelligence. China, on the other hand, in just the last month, added 3.3 million ounces to its gold reserve of 3.2 million tons. Imagine that. Do you know how much gold that is? I mean, you just can't call in the morning and say, send me over 3 trailer trucks of gold, and you get 3 trailer. I mean, gold, it's hard to find gold. They added 3.3 million ounces to their 3.2 million tons. There has to be a reason. Well, here's the reason. Because China, who owns 1.2 trillion of our debt that we can't pay back, by evidence of our debt to GDP ratio of 128%, we don't have the ability to pay it back. They're adding gold to the reserve because they know our dollar as the world's reserve currency is losing its credibility as it's backed by nothing but air. And we keep destroying the purchasing power of the dollar because we just spend. And this current massive money printing to increase the U.S. money supply to spend on socialist programs and climate programs is destroying the purchasing power of the dollar. So they're smart. China, on the other hand, they're not worrying about the climate. They're not worried about the climate change. They're making sure they get more gold because they know that the yuan will have more credibility than the dollar and will be the world's reserve currency. Now, you don't have to believe me. Why are other countries doing the same thing? You got countries all over the world because they get what China's doing. You got countries all over the world buying more gold than ever because they know it's coming. But they also know the inflation that we have, not just here, around the world. Because remember, just not our central bank causing, in the last 18 months, for inflation to go up 336%. Every central bank around the world is doing the same thing. You think people are just going to run to Bitcoin? They're going to go to gold. And that's why you don't want the gold. You don't want the gold coins unless you're an expert in that. The safest thing is the gold miners. More when I get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Warning, Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
They have engineered not only the destruction of our democracy and our civil rights, but they have engineered the biggest shift of wealth in human history. $3.8 trillion from working people to these handful of billionaires, many of them from Silicon Valley.
And that's Kennedy, Robert Kennedy Jr. You talk about being a liberal, but he sees it too, just like China sees it. Anybody can see what these guys are doing. Why do you think when in 2008, when we had the crash, the answer to that crash for Obama to get rid of debt was to increase small businesses, business investment? That was the answer. That was the prescription that was needed for the illness of 2008, the crash. But he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it because he didn't want to lose his base. He didn't want to lose his base of people who wanted free Obamacare and free Obama phones and everything else free. We're going through that again right now. This is crazy. And Kennedy's right. He's right. So, see, to me, you can look at all the big tech stocks you want, and I'm not saying don't buy them. We buy them all day long. But see, we know when to get out of them. See, that's the beautiful thing, too, about the stock market. You're never wrong. You're never wrong. As long as you know how to sell a stock short. Think about that for one moment. Think about it. Think about what I'm saying. You're never wrong. For a person to buy a stock and say he's going to buy Caterpillar or he's going to buy Nike, and he only knows how to buy stocks, but he doesn't know when that stock goes down how to make money on it as it goes down. So he's got to be a perfect stock purchaser. He's got to be so good at stock picking. That's why 80% of people lose money in the stock market, because the market over all these years have taken parking space in the head of people, of their people, saying, do not sell short. Do not sell short. Well, of course not, because Wall Street doesn't make money. CNBC doesn't make money. Fox Business doesn't make money. Those empires were built on buying stocks. You know, the buy that we hear every day. Buy. How many times do you look at recommendations that it says sell recommendation, sell, or sell short recommendation? Almost never. It's always buy. So when the market breaks and busts, and it will, I will promise you that, it will. And when, as I told you, when Powell decides to, that's right, when Powell decides to, he's got to see people suffering first. And what does that mean? That means that all of these social programs that are funding everything from child care to health care to bringing people in a house to feed you, to all these programs that disincentivizes work. When you get to a point that those are not propping up households anymore, and the person says, gee, I got a problem, I can't pay both my car payment and my house payment, that's when he will pull the plug and the market will crash. In the meantime, yes, we're going to have a crash, but in the meantime, the stock market is going to override inflation. Yes, because the market has been financially engineered to do it to that point. So you can make money as this market continues to go up. And almost every day, the market makes a new high, a new high. Every day, that's all you hear from Pisana. New high. The market just a quarter point from a new high. Every day, it's a new high. Ridiculous. So the best thing to do to protect yourself, not go buy Bitcoin, buy what countries are doing. Turkey and Switzerland and France, and they're doubling down on gold. Right now they're buying gold. And you want to buy the miners, the ones who produce the gold. Join me. Join my members in buying miners. I'll tell you when to get in, when to get out. And here's the beautiful thing, as I said, you'll never be wrong. No matter what gold mining stock you buy, you will not be wrong. In fact, with me, you'll never be wrong on any stock you buy. What do I mean by that? Because if a stock's going from $10 up to $30, and then it doesn't go up anymore, starts going down, you just switch your position, you make money on the way down. So, in essence, you're never wrong. Because you don't have to be right. But for people who only buy stocks and never short a stock, they got to be so right all of the time. Can you imagine? The odds that are against you are huge. That's like you going to go to Vegas and say, you know what? When I get on the plane, I'm done with Vegas flying out, I'm going to look back and all the lights are out because I broke all the casinos. Anybody who buys a stock thinking they can make money without knowing how to make money with the stock going down, without knowing when to get out of that stock, you're delusional. You're nuts. Why don't you put yourself in a position you're never wrong? So I can buy a stock, any stock today, and I'll never be wrong. Because if I buy a stock at $10 and it goes up to $12, and I think it's going to go to 20, but it goes from 10 to 12, stop, turns around and comes back down, I'm not wrong. Because I'm just going to switch my position. I'll make it on the way down. And that's why only 20% of the people in the market make money. So, why don't you for 10 days free, join my gang free for 10 days, and you can be with us on our adventure, we'll call our gold mining stocks, and you'll see which ones to buy and how to sell them short.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you you immediately get an alert. It says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Are you tired of being lied to about some magical economic recovery that only benefits the 1%? And then when the market does collapse, you're sitting there calling your broker, what do I do? When you should be shorting? Learn how to short the market. Continue to listen to my radio show, philsgang.com. Become a member, only $39.95 a month, and learn how to short.
Don't wait. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert. It says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1 90020.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
The unfolding of a market crash. If you don't think the stock market's going to crash, then you got to be nuts. This is going to be one of the biggest crashes ever. Just because they're stimulating the economy, they're plugging money in, keep driving up the debt. No, the market is going to crash. I bring you evidence every Friday on my YouTube channel. I review the week and tell you why we're getting closer to crash. So don't miss it. It's free for everyone. Go to my YouTube channel, Phil's Gang YouTube channel. That's right. Every Friday I do that. It's free. Now remember, I do that every day, not to identify for you, okay, December 22nd at 1:15 the market's going to crash. That's silly. That's stupid. I identify every day, every week, every Friday what I call my crash trend where we add to that trend the evidence that this market is getting so overweighted towards a crash. It's incredible. The evidence. And what keeps the market up, even though you got all that evidence, heavy evidence, and should have crashed long ago, is zero rates. Zero rates. And when you have zero rates, that means the banks, what we call monetized debt, the Federal Reserve takes money, makes sure rates are driven down to zero, and then they take money and go to the banks and buy their debt from them, their mortgages and everything else, put on their balance sheet so they got fresh money to continue. They go to other companies that should be bankrupt. Instead, they buy their debt. They buy any assets they have in turn for giving them new fresh cash to stay alive. It's called monetizing debt. Do the same thing with our government. They've been doing this for 13 years, propping up companies, propping up our banks. We've never had a recovery. It's all been propped up, and keeping money rates this low for too long is putting us exactly where we are. The biggest inflation bubble in history. When you've got, and you'll see this if you go to my site, my website, you can go there anytime, my YouTube channel, and you'll see the crash trend. Here, you got the evidence. It's incredible. Our economy's not growing. It's contracting. We got record high trade deficits, record high budget deficits, record high national debt. We have 13-year high yields, 30-year high yield inflation. This QE stimulus, life support. Remember, when they do all this stimulus, and you see stimulus and you hear QE stimulus, that's not a badge of honor. That's not something good. Stimulus means the economy's broken. It's broken. It's being propped up, but people accept it now. Stimulus is, oh, that means everything's great. No, that means you're getting sucked in, and you better know when to get out. In the meantime, yes, if you know what you're doing, keeping rates too low for too long, you can make a lot of money following the momentum if you know when to get out. But better yet, when you know when the market does start to fall or your individual stock starts to fall, you're never wrong. You just change your position. To be in a market where you got to buy stocks, that you got to be so sharp in buying stocks. Here, listen to this. This is insane. This is insane. Listen, another one of Kramer's geniuses. Listen to this today.
KMI. Should I buy some more?
I happen to think that KMI is inexpensive. I think it works.
That's why you buy the stocks, is he thinks it's inexpensive? He thinks it works? It's not working. It's not working. KMI, money is pouring out of it. The institutions are pulling money out of it. The stock has broke two key supports, the 50 to 200-day moving average. There's more sellers than buyers, and this poor woman's staying in it. My chart told her to get out. On November 4th, it turned red. It said, get out, get out. But she's going to stay in because he says he thinks it's okay. What are you, nuts? This is a short. That's why, again, if you know how to short, you're never wrong. I follow with my class. We take Kramer stocks to show them what not to do. Out of 12 stocks, he's only right on 3. Out of 12. Are you kidding me? I have them right here. I go over it with my gang. Going to do it again on Friday. I go over with my gang. Tell you what not to do. And he says the same thing about every stock. I know the CEO. CEO, great guy. He's a good friend of mine. I know him. I know his mother. I know the CEO. I know this guy. I know that guy. Buy it. Buy. Yeah, I think it's great. What an idiot. But people listen to him. And they buy. And they don't know how to sell short. And they don't know how to get out. And they don't know how to put a stop in. But they buy because it's Kramer. Are you kidding? The market, again, Tell me we're not going to have a crash when you have record high trade deficits, record high budget deficits, record high national debt, record high yields, interest rates, inflation record high for 30 years, continued stimulus, QE, which is life support. That's not something good. That's not good. You don't call your mother and say, hey, guess what? I got something good. I'm on life support at the hospital. Would you call your mother and say, Mom, I got some good news for you. I'm on life support at the hospital. Oh, great. I'll get Dad and all your brothers and sisters will come up and we'll celebrate. You're on life support. What the hell you think people are doing with the stock market? They're celebrating because it's on life support. Because it's interest-free. It's zero rates. They're so excited. And who's making all this money? Wall Street. And every one of these shows, these business shows, these fake business shows, they don't care about you. It's their job to get you excited. It's their job to get you to feel good, to go buy stocks and to buy a car. Most of the advertising you see on any of these shows are all automobiles. That's their job. They fight for that. They fight to go and get GM and Ford to sponsor their shows. Fox needs a sponsor. CNBC needs a sponsor. Their financial shows aren't on unless they get sponsors. Someone's got to pay for the airtime. And as long as they can make people happy, make them think they're doing great, everything's terrific, put them in that zone where people think, this is great, everything's fine, the economy's great. Look at the stock market's up, and the stock market's the economy. No, it's not. You got inflation that's rising faster than wages. We got the supply side of our economy, tight supply. We got all kinds of demand, but we can't supply the demand. Housing is peaking. Housing is insane. I told you the other day, down the street from my office, I couldn't believe it. I went by and I looked at the condos. I'm looking at them. I thought these must be start around 200,000. And I pulled up and I saw started at $500,000. I said, what are you, nuts? $500,000. Then I calmed down and I realized, well, of course, starting 13 years ago, interest rates went to zero. So for 13 years, it's catching up now. For 13 years, the money's been free. So you got these people buying cars. They don't care the price. They don't care they don't care they're buying a condo. There's 200% over or 200% over price. They don't care. It's the payment. Then it gets down. What's the late payment? But the market's a great place. It's the best place in the world to make money because you're never wrong. How are you going to be wrong? How can you be wrong when you buy a stock and then when it starts to go down, you're making money on the way down? Please tell me, how can you be wrong? The only people that are wrong who are jumping in and they got to hope they buy that best stock in the world. They got to hope it keeps going up. And they don't know when to get out. Are you nuts? Join my gang free for 10 days.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60, 70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in .com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days, philsgang.com. Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grande and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hey, welcome back to Phil's Gang. Every day we start work at 4 o'clock in the morning. That's right. Because to really understand the stock market, you got to start with the European market because it's just starting to close. We have to follow the yields around the world. You just can't follow our central bank. You got to follow all the other central banks. Right now, this economy is so stretched, but nobody understands it. Few people understand it. And the biggest problem is the debt that we have is so huge. If you went down the street and said to people, what's the debt? They wouldn't know what it is. They wouldn't even know how much it is. They don't understand 44% of retirees are still paying mortgages. Can you imagine 44% of retirees are still paying mortgages? What'd that tell you? The public company debt, just public company, historic, $8.3 trillion, so leveraged that they have to monetize that debt, which means they print money, they go to a company and bail them out. They buy whatever assets they have in exchange for cash to keep them going. It used to be, we used to let the company go to bankruptcy, take their assets, spread them among the good companies. Now you got all the terrible companies mixed in with the good companies, and then you got the fake business news network like Kramer and the rest of them tell you to buy the stock. Think about the public company, how much the debt is. The debt has gone up 40%. $2.5 trillion since 2008. What are you, nuts? Private company debt, $5 trillion. So add them together, that's $15 trillion between public companies and private debt. That's 74% of your GDP. What are you, nuts? That's 128% of GDP. That to GDP, the ratio, should be 62. It was 62 since 1940 to 2008. You know what it is today? 118. So every day, when you're a gang member, it doesn't matter. None of that matters. Now, Steve, who's the head of our education department, every day, he takes the member portfolio. When you become a member, you have access to our portfolio, our stock portfolio. And every day at 2 o'clock, he posts our stock portfolio, and he tells you exactly what to do with each stock. And you're never wrong. How are you going to be wrong? Because you make money when it goes down. The only people that are wrong are the people who don't know how to sell short a stock. That's crazy. And these people who are in power, we can't reduce our debt when there's progressives in power. Because, see, they believe different than conservatives that are in power. See, conservative believes the way you get debt down is business investment. You increase more, you create more small businesses. That's where all the jobs come from, small businesses. You get them going, create jobs, more jobs. You increase productivity. When you increase productivity, you increase jobs, you increase wages. And then more people are working, more taxes go into the treasury, and you pay your debt down. See, they don't think that way. The progressives, no, that's unfair because the people who invested the people who took risk are making more money than people who didn't. This is their logic. It's unfair. What's unfair? If a guy invests and takes a risk, shouldn't he get more? See, they say that's unfair. That's unfair. See, they want fairness. So they just say, look, we can grow the economy by printing money and just spending it on social programs. On all these social programs. And the economy is going to grow faster on social programs. And it's going to be fair because everybody's going to get money, make money. Everybody. And we're even going to give people what they call universal income, which has already happened in California and Chicago. See, it's fair because if you don't work, you make as much money as the guy who works. See, that's what they're saying. They're for equality. See, in the world of business investment, if you take risk and you work hard, and you're going to make more than the guy who doesn't invest. You're going to make more money than the guy who's having a beer every night, or 5-6 beers, 6-pack, and sitting in his backyard while the other guy's out working a second job. See, they think that's fair. You shouldn't have to work. And then they think the best way to handle is not move the debt down. They only want to drop the debt down for one reason. Drop the debt down so they can increase. If you drop the debt down from 28 trillion down to, let's say, 27 trillion, they're for that. But then they take it and they run it right back up to 28 trillion again with more programs. See, that's how they work it. It's insane. It doesn't work. But while the time they're doing this, the market's going up 400%. Rates are zero. Are you kidding me? But here's the problem. It's a bubble, and all bubbles break. You know what gets me is that if you just learn how to sell short a stock, join us for 10 days, free. Just learn what's involved, so you're never wrong. The other thing that gets me, one of the biggest, like I said yesterday, one of the biggest responsibilities there is selecting a CEO for a company. Anybody will tell you. Anybody's been involved with a public company or private company, okay, and you got to select. That's tough, finding a good CEO. The select committee needs to find a candidate that has a history of success. He knows how to anticipate. He knows how to create. He has to have great work ethic. He has to have shown that he knows how to put a team together, have the best people around you. And the minute you don't have a good person around you, you act quickly and get rid of them and replace them. Well, guess what happened? Our select committee called the voters, decided to get rid of Trump. Trump has all the qualities of a CEO. All the experience, all the building he's done and managed and led and built things and created things. I mean, and they said, well, he's failed. We can't make him CEO of the company. Even though Joey's never done anything. He's been in government for 50 years. He's never created anything. He's never built a business. He's never met a payroll. He's never led. He's never put a team together. And every decision he made in Congress, not me saying it, his own Democrats say it, he's always wrong. But our select committee of voters decided to not have Trump. And the select committee said, just one reason. Can you imagine a select committee telling you turn down a guy only because of one reason? No select committee ever turns somebody down because of one reason, unless he murdered somebody or he embezzled money. But our select committee, our voters, decided it would be better to have Biden than somebody experienced because he's a nice man. And he doesn't tweet. He doesn't tweet. I like him. He don't tweet. So look at the mess we're in. And it all falls on the committee who selected this guy. So what do? Let's make money off of it. Let's make sure when this market crashes, we're making money selling short. So I'm inviting you, please, for 10 days, come to my gang. It's free. For 10 days. And you're going to learn how to sell short. At that point, you switch from being the 80% who always lose money in the market to the 20% who always makes money in the market. The biggest edge is you make money. You're never wrong when you know how to sell short. You're never wrong. Because if stocks go down, you're going to make money. Stock goes up, you're going to make money. But can you imagine you're in a 401k and they don't even allow you to? You imagine in a 401k you're not allowed to make money when the stock goes down. You got to sit there and hang on as it keeps going down, 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 down. You got to hope. Who would buy? I know the reason why people go into 401ks. The biggest con job of all. I'll match you. You put $1 in, I'll put $1. What a con job that is. 80 million people got conned into that. Can you imagine? And you're not allowed to make money when the market goes down. And they charge you, there's 27 different hidden fees. And everybody thinks that's how you retire, build a 401k. What are you, nuts? Look, I'm not here to talk you out of a 401k because you're not going to listen. Just like you're not going to listen that you should learn how to sell short so that you can take advantage when this market does crash. And in the meantime, let's take advantage of the momentum to the upside. 877-600-GANG. Join today, free.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.